Among the obstacles experienced, nocturnal emissions undoubtedly make up a significant portion. Once you start abstaining from lust, you will almost inevitably face this problem. I was deeply troubled, unable to find a way to reduce the frequency of emissions. Unable to control them, I watch as my kidney qi, which I've worked hard to replenish, gets drained away returning to square one overnight. It's incredibly frustrating and disheartening. Though emissions don't count as a relapse, they still leave the body feeling depleted, especially for those whose kidney qi is severely deficient. For them, an emission is like adding insult to injury. The day after, they often feel unwell, some even as if their body has fallen apart. While nocturnal emissions and masturbation differ in how they leak vital energy, the result is similar. The loss of essence. Once essence leaks, the body feels weak. If you're very healthy and your kidney qi is abundant, you might not notice an occasional emission. But if your kidney qi is already deficient, an emission will hit hard, and as you age, the discomfort will become more pronounced. Moreover, emissions can shake your confidence in abstaining. Though not a relapse, the loss of essence makes you feel deflated, like a punctured ball. The goal is to transform essence. In Taoism, nocturnal emissions are called losing the elixir into qi. But if essence leaks out, what is there to transform? The 100-day foundation building requires no emissions during that period, but very few ordinary people can achieve this. Enlightened masters can. The truth, once revealed, is incredibly simple. But if you don't know the method, reducing emissions is nearly impossible, let alone going 100 days without one. Note, this 100-day period isn't the first 100 days of abstaining. Based on my research, many people, due 2 years of masturbation, have severely depleted their kidney qi. After quitting, emissions might not return for 6 or even 8 months. The 100-day challenge applies to the second stage of abstaining. Nocturnal emissions troubled me for over half a year, with 3 to 5 emissions per month, sometimes 2 nights in a row. Though not excessive, for an already depleted body it was devastating. There was a time when I was recovering well, but a single emission set me back significantly. During those months, I recorded every emission date time, whether it was dream-related, and scoured the internet for solutions. I read countless articles and posts about herbal remedies, exercises, and psychological techniques, but nothing worked. At one point, I wondered if fullness leads to overflow was true, but I later dismissed it because many people, through practice, drastically reduced or even eliminated emissions. Some masters can achieve this. I once wished for a master's guidance. In qigong, once the microcosmic orbit is opened, emissions can be prevented. But this requires a true master's guidance. Self-practice can lead to deviations and health issues. So I didn't dare attempt it. Standing meditation in qigong can also reduce emissions, but going 100 days without one is still difficult. In spiritual cultivation, nocturnal emissions are an iron threshold. Many fail to cross it, and without overcoming it, a qualitative leap in physical health is nearly impossible. It's like filling a leaking tank. No matter how much you pour in, it'll never stay full. Now, I've finally discovered the method or awakened to it. I'd read similar articles before but never grasped their essence. Many writings are overly complicated, leaving readers confused and unable to fully implement the advice, resulting in continued emissions. In truth, a 1,000-word article can be summarized in one sentence. False teachings fill countless books. The true secret is one line. Once you grasp this line, everything becomes clear. No need for endless reading. More just leads to more confusion. Since my awakening, I've gone 3 months without emissions. My kidney qi grows stronger, and my spirit is excellent. Today I'll reveal this secret. Listen carefully. What follows could save you money on tonics and doctor visits. First, let's understand a concept. The sperm gate. Think of it as a dam. If the dam is strong, floods won't break it. But if the sperm gate is weak, emissions will be frequent. If it's strong, even intense arousal won't breach it. It's like a spear and shield. If the shield is strong, no spear can pierce it. So how do we reinforce this shield? The solution lies in a mantra from the Baduanjin qigong. Hands clasp, feet to strengthen kidneys and waist. This simple movement, standing straight and touching your toes, is also found in school warm-up exercises, which are derived from traditional qigong. Don't underestimate. This move holds profound secrets. By stretching the bladder meridian along the back of the thighs, it indirectly strengthens the kidney meridian. This reinforces the sperm gate, like tightening a screw. Once the gate is secure, emissions stop. I'd read about Baduanjin before but never realized its power until now. This simple exercise is more effective than any tonic. Those who understand its secret treasure it, those who don't overlook it. Detailed method. Focus solely on the hands clasp feet move from Baduanjin. Do it correctly, feel the stretch in your hamstrings, as if pulling a rubber band taut. This sensation is key. Reinforce it daily. It's like tightening the sperm gate screws. I do 500 reps daily, with 200 before bed. Bedtime practice is crucial. It locks the gate. Skipping it risks emissions. But don't overexert yourself before sleep, as exhaustion can trigger emissions. Beginners can start with 30 reps, gradually increasing. Soreness is normal at first, but fades with rest. The nature of essence. Essence is a miraculous substance. Released, it creates life. Tamed, it nurtures the self. It can be internalized through practice, transformed into qi to replenish the brain. The fullness leads to overflow theory only applies to those who don't practice. Without cultivation, one's understanding is limited to this superficial level. Like assuming all swans are white without knowing black swans exist. Epilogue. Almost everyone faces frequent emissions at some point in abstaining. Learn to control them, ideally keeping them under 3 per month. May this article enlighten those struggling and help them break free. Success stories. Before I had 2 emissions a week. Now, after 200 reps nightly, I've gone 40+ days without one. Sadly, I relapsed on day 44, but I'm now fully confident in quitting. It's first month, 8 emissions. Terrified. After reading your articles and practicing Baduanjin, I had 0 the next month. My mindset improved. Thank you. 8-year addiction. Short, ugly, poor. Saw my crushes with others. After reading your posts, I realized I'd wasted my youth. Day 31 now. Emission on day 7, then none since. No more wet dreams. Energy's back, no weak legs or back pain. Face looks clean, mind sharp. Now pursuing my passions and earning freedom. This is real life. After quitting, I had 7 emissions in half a month. Even midday leaks. Felt suicidal. Told my mom. Saw an 80-year-old TCM doctor. Herbs cut it to twice a month, but relapsed after stopping. Then I stuck to your sperm gate exercise, no emissions for over a month now. It's never relapsed. Lustful thoughts? Gone. Keep abstaining and your body will heal. Never skip the exercise.